Hello and welcome. In today's lesson, I'm going to be showing you the guitar chords and strumming pattern for a very popular song from the 70s. The song is Mera Jeevan Kora Kagaz. It's from the film Kora Kagaz. The song was sung by Kishore, Kumar, and the music was by Kalyanji Anandji. What is very distinctive about this song is, the chords are pretty simple, but it uses a 7-beat pattern, and you could also play it as a 14-beat pattern. And there are very few songs made these days with such patterns, but this was a very popular pattern which was used in those days, and there are a number of hit songs using this. So I do hope you're going to enjoy this. So let's get on with the lesson. So the song is in G major, and if you're playing bar chords, you would be playing G major over here. You would be playing F major, C major, Interestingly, the song uses C minor in the antra, so you would be playing C minor. Actually, it uses C minor sixth, but you could substitute that with C minor. And you would also need to know D7, which I'll be playing over here. Those are basically the fifth, fourth, third, and the second only, and I'm muting the first and the sixth strings. You could also play D7 over here. And if you're playing open chords, you would be playing G major, F major, C major, D7. You could substitute that with just D if you find difficult to play D7. And for C minor, there is no open chord that I can think of, so you could play it over here with just the first four strings. It would be nice if you could play C minor sixth. In the antra where they have played C minor in the original song, you could substitute it with C major. That's also fine, except that it will not produce the original feel of the harmony in the song. So now let's check out the strumming pattern of the song. It's a 7-beat pattern, and I'll show you both with open chords and bar chords. Let's first try playing with open chords. So if you're playing in G, this is how it will sound if you keep it very simple. I'll slow it down so you can see what I'm doing. I'll slow down even further. So as you can see, I was playing a pattern of 7 downstrokes. We'll take a look at a pattern with upstrokes as well shortly. In those 7 strokes, I was putting stress on strokes 1, 4 and 6. So let me play that pattern for you and call out the stroke numbers this time. 1, 4, 6, 1, 4, 6. I'll slow it down for you. 1, 4, 6, 1, 4, 6, 1, 4, 6. So you can make that pattern a little more interesting by adding upstrokes, in which case basically you'll be doubling up the number of strokes, and instead of playing 7 you'll be playing 14 strokes, which will be 7 down and 7 up alternating, and now the stress will be on strokes 1, 7 and 11. So now I'm going to play that pattern for you, and I'll play it slowly and I'll call out the stroke numbers where we are putting stress. So here goes in G major once again. 1, 7, 11, 1, 7, 11. Now if you're playing bar chords, it's pretty much the same pattern which I showed you with open chords, except that now you can add a muting effect to some of your strokes, and in this case if you're playing the 7-beat pattern, you would be adding the muting effect to strokes 4 and 6, and if you're playing it in the 14-beat pattern, you'll be adding it to the strokes 7 and 11. So let's try it with 7 strokes and then also try it with 14 strokes and see how it sounds. So without muting, it's going to sound exactly the way it was sounding with the open chord. So 1, 4, 6, 1, 4, 6. And if you were to mute strokes 4 and 6, and you can check some of my other lessons to see how muting is done, and you can even find tons of lessons out there on the net. Basically, to keep it very simple, a muted stroke is when you hit the strings with your right hand, and as soon as you complete your stroke with your right hand, you let go of the strings which are being pressed down by your left hand's fingers, except that you don't release your fingers completely from the fretboard. You just keep touching them lightly. With some practice you'll get it right, and basically it sounds like this. Instead of G sounding like this, with a muting effect it will sound like this. Basically what's happening is you are not letting the strings continue to ring out after you have hit the stroke, which happens when you are holding the fingers down on the fretboard over here. So once you get that right, basically what we're going to do is we're going to play the same pattern, and now we are going to add a muting effect to strokes 4 and 6 if you're playing a 7-beat pattern. So it's like this. 1, 4, 6, 1, 4, 6. So let me play that very slowly for you. And if you're playing that as a 14-beat pattern where you're also adding upstrokes, it's still pretty much the same. You're going to be putting stress on strokes 1, 7 and 11, and you're going to be muting strokes 7 and 11, of course. So it's going to sound something like this. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. That is a 7-beat pattern. You could also play it as a 14-beat pattern. Not used very often in today's music, but it was extremely popular in the 60s and 70s. And I can give you a few examples of popular songs from that era. One was Tere Mere Milan Ki Rehna from the film Abhiman, Kisi Raah Mein Kisi Mode Par from the film Mere Humsafar, and the very popular ghazal Chukke Chukke Raat Din from the film Nikah, sung by Ghulam Ali Saab. So it would be a great strumming pattern to learn and build into your collection of strumming patterns as you learn strumming. And thank you once again for watching my lesson, and see you again soon.